We are with Taylor today in interviewing, and we're at his house, and his son just came out to say hello. Taylor, man, that's beautiful, brother. It's a beautiful day, and I appreciate being in your space. So I'm Freddie Zental, and this is the Motorcycle Diaries interview with Taylor, Michael Taylor. He is one of the premier djembe drummers in the Chicago area, and dare I say, perhaps the country. He teaches, he makes the drums, he repairs the drums, he performs, he does it all, travels all over the world, and I'm glad to say he's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Just got a new drum from him, and I love it. So Michael, we're here with the Motorcycle Diaries. I appreciate you giving him a little bit of your time today. I want to ask you a few questions and hear a couple beats like you started us with. First question is, tell us about who you are. I said a little bit, but you say a little bit about who you are.
Wow. That's a huge philosophical question. Who I am. Wow. I'm somebody trying to learn and help people learn. Just help people see. I'm trying to see all the time, you know what I mean? I'm trying to see levels of detail that perhaps I was unaware of, has been, yeah. What I miss is so funny, what I miss is half the time sitting right there. It's always been there. It was waiting for me. So, I took that and I'm like, maybe most people can have that experience, but if you're not looking for that, you won't maybe know that things are more, close within your awareness,
yes.
than one might think.
Yes.
And it just takes a little bit of practice, and it's like, what practice? Freddie, when we were talking before the interview about something you use, motorcycles for you is like that Zen place. You get to that Zen place, and I was like, damn, and I was like, I heard that, and I was like, everyone needs to have their thing that they can say that about.
Yes.
What takes you to your Zen place? Me? I mean, it's djembe, But what takes you to your Zen place? But you got to find that thing. If you can't answer that, find something that takes you there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's important to touch that space just to really know that it's there. And then that feeling of beauty and love, you can put that on everything. Because, of course, why not?
Yeah. And what inspires you to do what you do?
What inspires me to do what I do is the feeling I get from doing what I do. I hadn't really thought about that, but yeah, it's the feeling I get from playing djembe. And it's like this thing touches people that happens here, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I'm so blessed that I do a thing and I can do this thing for a living. And I have, look, I've been paying the bills just with djembe since the year 2000, which was 6 years after I began.
God bless you, brother, in the world too.
It can happen. I say that because just to say this unlikely thing can happen, And how do I do it? I mean, Freddie mentioned a bunch of the stuff I do, but I represent a great master drummer, educator, in his international schools of traditional djembe. I teach that. Through there, I do storytelling. I have my own thing that way. I do team building, corporate team building. So there's a lot.
Could you play us a tune?
Oh yeah!
This is what Taylor does.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my God, I'm inspired now. Now I'm re-inspired.
You see, and that if I can get that from people I'm doing this in front of, I feel like my the mission has been accomplished.
Let me ask you, how do you see the consciousness of the human race going? I mean, there's so much happening. What do you see?
Consciousness of the human race. Man, I got to breathe deep into that one. My gosh, consciousness of the human race. How do I see that going? So, what I see, we talked about practices. And practices are ways to not only touch passion in life, but there are ways to root, And without things to root you, you get blown around. You know, there's some adage about somebody who, I forget what it is, but it's a, you know, if you got no roots deep, you get blown around, you get taken advantage of, you get told lies, you believe lies, you start to distrust everything, and it's like suddenly science is not a, suddenly science is an opinion, and something, no, it's not like that. We need to make sure we understand objective reality versus, you know, interpretations that may be, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What is the state of consciousness in the world? The state of consciousness in the world, we need initiation and we need practices.
Yeah.
I will say that from the deep in my soul. You know, without those things, we, like I said, you know, we're susceptible, we're weak in our roots, we get pushed around. And
But when I hear your drumming, it roots me, man. It roots me back to my soul and back to just out of my thinking story, you know, analytical, judgmental, you know, mind stuff.
you know,
it roots me.
Yes, and you know, I forgot to mention the drum meditation, which is a shamanic journey that I do with djembe, where I open a portal to the ancestors, and we bask in that knowledge and wisdom. And you know, so many people have done my drum meditation and come out with stories that blow my mind. It's on my website. I have some of the testimonials, but you know, people having like, there were Africans above me singing to me. There's 3 over here and 2 over here. There was a woman here, and there's a, you know, I mean, this is what I want. Because I realized when I discovered that that was happening with me, I realized, you know, or I thought, I wonder if this would happen in the presence of other people, have the same effect. And I'm seeing a lot. I've seen a lot of that. That yes, even Freddie right here, you know, right now.
Yeah.
So proof.
Well, my joy has been knowing you and really just being inspired. You've participated in my workshops from here and there, and
we've been knowing each other since long before we actually met.
Yeah,
like since like the '90s or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I think I first saw you were performing with Vinx in a video you were playing at Uncommon Ground, and I said, I got to get to know this guy.
Right. You know? Yeah, that was a great gig. Performing with Vinx
that
was one of my professional highlights of my life, because I huge.
He's a master. He's a master at what he does, and you blended with what you do so well. It was just two pros working. You know, it was really. Hey, listen. So the other question is, what are you doing to make a difference? And that's kind of a foregone conclusion.
Right. What am I doing to make a difference?
Maybe take us out with a tune when you get through sharing what you see.
What am I doing to make a difference? What would it be? What am I doing to make a difference? What would it be? Well, let's see. I think some things I can say kind of objectively, like with the stuff I sell, my classes and my drums and stuff, I really embrace a sliding scale. Because if you can't pay, if you ain't got the right amount of dead presidents or dead white guys on paper, I ain't mad at you. You come on though, you get this, come on. We'll work something out. There's other currencies in the world. Come on now. So, you know, how am I doing it? You know, I do a lot of programs with youth. I love dealing with youth. Man, with a bunch of mostly West Side Austin neighborhood teens, most of the group I work with through After School Matters. What a blessing to have that gig and work with those good people. Last week we talked about early onset prostate cancer and how it relates to eating fried foods. We talked about it was James Baldwin's birthday last Monday. We talked about James Baldwin and, you know, why was he significant. We talked about why it's significant that Taiwan is buying drones from the United States and that relationship to China. So, you know, we're going through things. We're drumming as well, but see, I know that they are not being taught in a way that makes them curious. Ooh, maybe that's a thing that I could say in this interview. That's one of those answers to the question. I want to incite people's curiosity. That sounds good. And with kids especially, you know, and with the drum, you get them thinking, and then you get them drumming. Woo, Lord, I almost got an unfair advantage. And I ain't apologizing for nothing, no.
Thank you, Taylor. I think
You're welcome, Fred.
We've all been inspired to see what you do to make a difference.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Love you, brother.
Love you too, man.